All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle a term you've probably heard a million times if you've ever looked at real estate. But what does it actually mean? We're talking about the home appraisal. It really all comes down to one single massive question. A question that, whether you're buying your dream home or selling the one you're in, everything, and I mean everything, hangs on the answer.
And this is where things get interesting, right? You've got the buyer who's hoping for an amazing deal. And then you've got the seller who's dreaming of getting top dollar. I mean, those two things are polar opposites. So how in the world do you bridge that gap? Because let's be real, without a solid, trustworthy answer to that what's it worth question, deals just completely fall apart. Financing gets shot down, and people make some really, really expensive mistakes. And that, my friends, is where the home appraisal comes in. See, it's not about what the buyer thinks it's worth or what the seller is hoping to get. Nope. Think of it more like an umpire in a baseball game. It's an independent, professional estimate that's there to cut through all the emotion and just tell you what the home's market value actually is. So, what's an appraisal really for? Well, it kind of has two big jobs. First, its goal is to give an unbiased opinion of what that home is worth. And it does that by looking at everything: the home's condition, the neighborhood, what similar homes nearby have sold for. But just as important, it's there to lower the risk for everybody involved by making sure the deal is based on facts and data, not just feelings. So you might be thinking, okay, who is this whole thing for, really? Is it for the buyer, the seller, the bank? And the answer is, yep, all of them. The appraisal is like the anchor that keeps the whole ship, the whole deal, from drifting away. Let's break down exactly how that works. Okay, first up, let's talk about the lenders. The people with all the money. For any bank, for any mortgage company, their absolute number one priority is protecting their investment. And that makes sense, right? I mean, they're the ones putting up hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the appraisal is exactly how they do it. It's their way of confirming that the house is a safe bet, that it's good collateral for the loan. To put it really simply, it stops the bank from lending you, say, 400 grand for a house that's actually only worth 350. That's a bad deal for them, and the appraisal prevents it. But hey, it is not just for the bank. If you're a buyer, this is your safety net. It's what keeps you from accidentally overpaying for a property. And get this, if the appraisal comes in lower than the asking price, suddenly you have some serious leverage to go back to the seller and renegotiate. And what about for sellers? Well, it's a dose of reality. It helps you price your home correctly so you attract real, serious offers from day one. All right, let's switch gears a bit and clear something up. This is probably one of the biggest points of confusion out there. We need to talk about what an appraisal is, and maybe even more importantly, what it is not. And here it is, the million-dollar question we get all the time. Is an appraisal the same thing as a home inspection? And the answer, let me be crystal clear, is a huge, definite no. Not even close. They're two totally different things with totally different jobs. So let's break that down, because it's super important. An appraisal is all about value. It answers the question, what is this house worth on the market? An inspection, on the other hand, is all about condition. It's answering, okay, what's wrong with this place? Are there any big problems I need to know about? Here's an easy way to remember it. The appraiser tells you if the price is right. The inspector tells you if the roof is going to leak. Okay, so let's bring this all home. What's the big takeaway here? Because honestly, the real value of an appraisal is so much more than just that final number on the report. It's all about turning that number into actual real-world confidence. When you finally get that appraisal report, it's so tempting to just flip to the last page and look for that one big number, right? But that single number, it tells a much bigger story. There's this quote from our source material that just nails it. It says an appraisal anchors negotiations, pricing, and financing to market data rather than emotion or speculation. That's it right there. It's the one thing that yanks everyone out of their feelings and wishful thinking and plants the whole deal firmly in reality. So here's what it all comes down to. An appraisal isn't just a number, it's confidence. It's confidence for the lender, who knows their investment is secure. It's confidence for you, the buyer, so you know you're not getting taken for a ride. And it's even confidence for the seller, because it validates that their price is fair and based on the real market. So there you have it. We've covered the what, the why, and the who of the home appraisal. It's the calm, objective voice in what can be a really emotional process. Now that you've got the facts, the only question left is, what are you going to do with them?